This video is based on Lingshan Hermit's work When Greed Joins Hands with Your Believed Theory of Happiness. All rights reserved. Any infringement will be pursued. As humans, we are all influenced by greed. It controls our thoughts and commands our actions. Greed prompts us to do many things. It leads us to purchase all sorts of unnecessary items, to undress in front of a camera, to spike someone's drink, to steal to acquire things we don't need, and to even make pacts with the devil. All our greed stems from insecurity, from our uncertainty, from buying into the wrong theories of happiness. Many people acknowledge their greed but don't see it as such. They feel they are not greedy at all, believing that whatever they do is merely satisfying normal basic needs, even though what they consider normal could sustain 5,000 people during the Song dynasty. In my view, these so-called normal needs are actually abnormal needs. In this noisy era, abnormal needs have become the new normal, with everyone feeling they must constantly bring more things into their homes, wearing themselves out to satisfy these abnormal demands. I am not accusing modern people of being overly desirous, as I know they are also victims of flawed concepts they were not born wanting so much. It was later taught to them that such a life is happy, that owning more leads to happiness, and that self-satisfaction is the key to happiness. When human greed encounters such theories of happiness, it becomes unmanageable. Former US President Obama once said that if 1.3 billion Chinese people aspired to live like Americans, it would be a disaster for the world's ecology. This statement precisely illustrates how resource-intensive the American lifestyle is. Since the Renaissance, Western society has been immersed in worldly life, striving to build a perfect secular society, aiming to make everything in secular life convenient and handy. To this end, they have studied how to make everything more convenient, from enacting laws and constructing public restrooms to inventing tools for hair removal. They seriously address each specific need with a corresponding tool. They have invented snowplows, ice makers, and emergency contraceptives. Many things in Western civilization make life more convenient. Admittedly, snowplows, ice makers, and public restrooms have made life easier, but they have also consumed a vast amount of resources. Here, when I say a vast amount of resources, I am not solely referring to the felling of trees or the mining of oil and minerals. I mean your life resources, your time, your brain that could contemplate the truths of Buddhism, your body that could practice asceticism. Compared to oil, gold, or turquoise, these are far more precious and rare resources, and once used, they take a very long time to replenish. What is even more frightening is that you devote all your time and energy, which could have been used to attain true happiness, to creating bad karma, to acquiring things that could never bring you happiness. In the process, you have to fight with others, devise cunning traps, and even resort to violence, all to obtain things that will never bring you joy. Any path that seems to lead to happiness but fails to do so is a waste of resources. And that is the greatest waste of all. Since the mid-20th century, due to America's rising influence, the entire world began to look up to the US and envy the American lifestyle. Many people set the American way of life as their goal. They wanted an American-style society, American-style yards, American-style garages, where one can brew beer or hang a wall full of tools and guns. For many men, this represents the ultimate pleasure in life. Because of the belief that the American lifestyle brings happiness, one may spend a lifetime striving for it. Hollywood, through its movies, has shaped the global model of happiness. To be happy, you must have a dishwasher, a water purifier, American ideals of freedom and democracy, and a robot vacuum cleaner. You also need high educational qualifications and a high-paying job, and you must have a bigger house and a more respectable job than your wife's friend's husband. To attain these, you wake up early and compete with others. To attain these, you may have to hurt others, have a gun pointed at your head or point one at someone else's. Many of us believe that technological progress and material life improvements will bring about a happy life, but what they bring most is just minor conveniences. and the resulting consequences are immense. In pursuit of this happiness lifestyle laid out by others, in order to live this happy life, you expend all your energy and waste your most valuable resource, your life, in exchange for some minor conveniences and fleeting satisfaction. In my view, it all starts with greed. Greed drives us to want more convenience, and quicker solutions. It makes us want to live longer, eat healthier, and possess more fun things. All the developments in human society aim at this. From mid-journey trains to high-speed ones, to vending machines, all inventions and creations revolve around this purpose. Now, we can take a few hours by plane to reach places that would have taken months or years to reach in the past. But this doesn't make us happier. We always want the best, always want more. But when the best arrives, we think there's better. When we have more, we want even more. When we enjoy convenience, we are actually consuming a lot of resources, including those of the earth and, more importantly, our own human resources. And most crucially, these don't bring us true happiness. In another article, I mentioned how the Japanese, influenced by Yukichi Fukazawa, fully embraced Western thinking. After the Meiji Restoration, the Japanese, like Westerners, focused on all aspects of secular life. They tried, just like Americans, to make everything handy and convenient. From building national infrastructure to increasing electronic device storage and making ramen tastier, they made every effort, even designing the opening of medicine bottles to be extremely user-friendly. It should be said that in some aspects, they have gone to even greater extremes than Westerners because many of them are perfectionists who focus on details. I believe they think that doing these things well leads to happiness. The Japanese invented digital cameras, Nintendo, and VCDs, and photo-taking mobile storage cards. The appearance of these gadgets reduces a bit of your pain, adds a little time, improves efficiency slightly, but they can never make you truly happy. They are mere anesthetics. Even if you own the entire world, you will still not be satisfied. Ask those who own the world if you don't believe me. With the significant breakthroughs in artificial intelligence worldwide in 2024, the latest efforts of governments and tech companies around the world have now turned to focus on increasing the supply of electricity and chips to ensure the smooth operation of AI devices. Many people I know feel that AI breakthroughs will bring us happiness. But even if AI allows you to live to 1000 years old, you may not necessarily be happier. It might only extend your loneliness for hundreds of years. Most modern people are very tired, and we are tired because we want more. And we want more because we believe that having more makes us happier. Believing this, we devote all our efforts to making money, stemming from our belief that worldly possessions can bring happiness. So we strive to make ourselves wealthy, to achieve financial freedom, so that we can buy Italian coffee machines, go diving in the Great Barrier Reef, and savor top French cheeses. We believe that happiness will arise from this, but it's all just an illusion. Now, many people are looking forward with anticipation. They hope that AI development will bring happiness to humanity, that it will solve human problems. The development of AI can indeed solve problems such as AIDS or superluminal travel, but our happiness does not depend on whether we can fly out of the Milky Way. In fact, whether it was the advent of the steam engine or today's AI, their emergence has only increased productivity and computational power. AI like ChatGPT has dramatically increased computational power, undoubtedly bringing rapid development to many fields. But no matter, because of this belief that they will bring us happiness, mankind's scientists have invented high-capacity storage devices, automatic coffee machines, quantum computers. All inventions in human history initially tried to make our lives easier. It's curious they thought that by having things done for us, we'd be happier. But clearly, their wishes have not been realized. Things are moving in the opposite direction. The advancement of modern transportation saves you the time of walking. But does your boss give you a year off because you can travel in one day what used to take a year by plane? You save time making coffee. but the money spent on the coffee machine forces you to work harder and longer to afford it. Modern people have to do thousands to millions of times more than our ancestors to satisfy appetites thousands to millions of times larger. This is the outcome of trying to attain joy and satisfaction through external things. Greed begins with ignorance, which makes us believe that the more we have, the happier we'll be. Now scientists around the world are striving to enhance AI's capabilities to meet our ever-growing demands. Yet no one considers why we should boost AI's capacity. They live in this society, never questioning whether this direction is correct or if it can bring them what they desire. From what I see, this development, aside from bringing vast wealth to a few, does not benefit most. Indeed, increasing AI's computational power might allow for rapid development across various fields, making many things more convenient. AI could soon conquer diseases like cancer and AIDS. Soon every household could have robotic servants. We could live even longer. But remember, Oppenheimer was devoted to theoretical physics and aspired for peace. Yet he ended up creating an atomic bomb capable of destroying the world. Over the past 200 years, our world has changed dramatically. Now you can show off on TikTok, order food on your phone, travel to the other side of the earth with just a backpack, sleep with people your ancestors couldn't have even imagined. Yet we are not happier. Our greed, hatred, delusion, and troubles have not diminished. They are just temporarily numbed. We stare at our phones all day, constantly trying to fill ourselves with sights, sounds, smells, tastes, touches, and ideas, unable to stop for a moment. For stopping means pain. This is the anesthesia I mentioned earlier. The advent of artificial intelligence has accelerated the pace of technological development, but as long as their efforts are directed as before, it will still be futile. Whether it's ChatGPT or hypersonic missiles, they only provide greater convenience for us to own more things, to indulge in more sights, sounds, smells, tastes, touches, and ideas. That will only inflate our appetites, making us more dissatisfied and unhappy. In modern society, the most frightening aspect of greed is that it has formed an enormous theoretical system. In this system, we believe that possession leads to happiness, that the more we possess, the happier we become. This is perhaps the greatest superstition in human history. Countless individuals tirelessly pursue this path. This belief system is almost omnipresent in all civilizations, with the Western civilization practicing it more resolutely. At least in Eastern cultures, there exist notions such as gain is loss and contentment brings happiness that provide some resistance, albeit feeble. In Western culture, this theory progresses almost unopposed and unchallenged. The horror of this belief is that it appeals to nearly everyone. It's easy to be lured in, but it's hard to see its flaws. Most people only see the shiny exterior of those with power and wealth, their superior lifestyles, yet are blind to the terrors that lie beneath because no one exposes their wounds for the public to see. Hence, they never truly know what the lives of these individuals are like, what they have sacrificed, what they endure, and what they will face. Moreover, because satisfying greed can produce temporary pleasure and a sense of fulfillment, it undoubtedly bolsters their confidence, making them think that they haven't achieved lasting happiness simply because they don't have enough yet. In pursuit of more, they continue to strive, to seize, to harm others, and to accumulate more. Only a tiny minority in this world may doubt and ultimately realize the fallacy of this theory, but by the time they do, their lives are nearly at an end. Throughout their long lives, they have been driven by greed, committed many wrongs, harmed many people, and taken much that did not belong to them, leaving others without sustenance and driving many to commit evil for the sake of survival. None of these actions come without a cost, and the things they have seized, some of which were never truly theirs to begin with, and some of which will soon be lost, cannot be taken with them. They haven't even truly used these items. They just lie in a corner of their home, gathering dust, possibly forgotten. Yet for these things, they have stolen others' lives and, consequently, lost their own. Such is the legacy of greed.